Alrighty, what's up, guys? Today, we are taking out the new Junkers Ju-52, flying the old original version. That is to say, everything's in German, so you have to use either the the tooltips when you first start flying this, or if you want, you can use something like Google Translate. That'll pretty much translate all the German stuff for you. So kind of handy to have that nearby on your phone or something the first time you're flying this. But you get used to it pretty quick. Of course, if you speak German, then it's not a problem. Okay, so this is what I got here. I got my Logitech pedals there, and then if we come up above the desk, I've got the Logitech yoke, regular keyboard, mouse, and of course with the yoke also the throttle quadrant, so I can do mixture, prop, and throttle. Also has 3 handy double buttons on there, top and bottom, do different things. So it was always real handy. Cup of tea ready, of course, and yeah, flight sims ready to go here. Oh, the other cool thing I have, which I just got, if I can move this wire, is the Flight Velocity Pro trim wheel. Love this thing. This is so cool. Like, if you want to adjust the trim, well, first of all, there's a sensitivity gauge. I find like the 9 o'clock position there, as you can see, is basically kind of where you want it. Seems to be a good balance there. And the wheel itself moves very easily. You can actually kind of spin it a little bit. I need to get something to fix it to the desk with. I think the Logitech throttle quadrant clamp, this thing here, if I can get another one of those, it apparently fits on the bottom of this nicely. So, because at the moment it's just kind of free to move around. I only just got it, so but we'll get that fixed. But yeah, this thing, if you fly a lot of single engine planes or whatever, just props in general, basically when you're not flying on an autopilot all the time, you're gonna find this thing is so nice to have. It's just a lot more immersive, and actually gives you real fine controls. You can see here, you can just move this however you want, as far as the amount. So anyway, that's the old setup here, so let's get on with it. Anyway, today I figured we'll fly in this lovely mountainous area here from Innsbruck all the way over to Zurich, in Switzerland. And did I set that right? I think I did. Yeah. So usually what it does, I've done this before. Yeah, you're gonna kind of come around into the runway 16 here. So usually what I do, like in this plane, of course, there's no GPS or anything like that. There's no mod cons. So we're gonna just fly in and approach and down all the nav beacons here, straight in. And it's just gonna be a relaxed flight over this beautiful area. So let's get to it. What we do want to do is make sure that we start cold and dark. So let's just kind of pick a gate here. 48, but let me just zoom in, see whereabouts that is. Oh, idiot. The wrong one, didn't I? 16 is what I wanted. This is where I want the gate. There you go. So any of these will do, really, won't it? That looks good. Alright, so gate parking 3. Okay, so we're gonna start cold and dark there. That's why we want to make sure we start cold and dark. We'll be coming into runway 16 at Zurich. Okay, let's do this. Oh, as far as that goes, we're gonna turn off traffic because I want to try and make it feel like 1939. We'll just use some preset weather, like maybe broken clouds or something. We'll see how it goes. We'll try the live weather. We'll see how that is. And we want to set this time here to about 11 o'clock, I guess, in the morning. As far as payload and such, 50% fuel is easily plenty. Let's say we've got a full load of passengers here, about 200 pounds each. A bunch of heavy passengers, or it could be cargo, depending on how you want to think of it. Well, it's basically passengers. This is a passenger liner. So we'll give it a 38% load there. I don't know, you know, I don't think we'd be flying a lot of 608-pound people, so that's kind of weird. Anyway, 200 pounds sounds about right, right? We're in Austria. We eat well, right? Okay, so let's go and start. So this should be fun. Do. Alright. We are then. Oh, it's looking a little bit foggy. This is not what I had in mind. We want to see the scenery, not the fog. Yeah. Okay, that's not gonna work, is it? So let's do what we were originally gonna do, and we'll use a preset. Is that maybe too much cloud? How about scattered clouds? Yeah, that looks kind of cute. Few clouds. Yeah, I'm feeling few clouds. All right. Okay, so here we are then. I'll try not to move my head around too much. But this is just going to give you a more realistic kind of camera view. Basically it's 3 engines. Let's have a look outside. I'm sure you already know this, because there's a million videos on YouTube about this right now. Whoa. You know what, let me just freeze my head tracking a second so I don't make it'll throw up. So, alright, there we go. Beautiful plane this. I really like it. And I have to say the price is really good. Ignore that modern van. I should have turned ground traffic off. 3 engines. If we look, we can have a quick look inside here. If we go to the old droney cam. And it's just, woo, breaking my immersion. Alright, up a little bit? Okay. So you can see, carries quite a few passengers. God, dude. Whoever set these default controls for the camera is a psycho. That's all I'm saying. Let's cut that down a lot. Well, probably I think about 10%. This, no, that's fine. Where it is. This drone speed needs to be like there. I think that should work better. Yeah, now I can actually control it now and have a look around. So you can imagine being in, you know, the 30s, 1930s, and being a passenger here, you know, and just kind of looking out at this awesome view. So let's go back outside here. She is a beautiful ship. These engines actually are really nicely modeled, I have to say. Everything is. This has a really nice model, this plane. So, forgive my finger work on the old camera here, but I need to set it up with a joypad or something. But you can see so much detail. The flaps and ailerons there. Come on, to the elevator and the rudder. Beautiful stuff. I mean, it really is nice. Just, yeah. It's a nice aircraft. It's big, but it's not too big. I mean, it's actually kind of little, I suppose, if you're used to flying jetliners. But it's, you know, it's... Cylinders go, it's nice. Whoops, wrong way. Okay, so let's go back inside. So we're going to do a little bit of setup here. We'll leave the head tracking off until we get up in the air, I think. It'll just make it easier. So we've got this beautiful yoke, but we're going to have to get it out of the way for a second so we can see what we're doing. So let me just try and get my camera so we can see the engine. There we go. And the other one, you can just about kind of see it over there, where you can see one of the props sticking up here. So we usually start with this side, which is 3, I believe, and then we go 1 and then back to 2 in the middle. So the way you start this is, let's use our control, 7, 8, 9, hold on, 0, oh, maybe I went too far. There we go. So what was that? 4, control 4, okay. So control 4, you want to put this primer on, and I think this was the fuel pump. So I'm going to switch these to on, which is off. Off, confusing, it sounds like off, but it's not off. Zoo is off, so you want these on off. Once you've got that done, I think you do control 5, you want to, you can kind of see it from here, you want to pop that main magneto switch down. Oh, you also want to put the battery on, that would help, wouldn't it? So we've got battery power. You can also come over here to these lights. So if we have a look, this is where the lights are hiding. My mouse pointer would appear. That would be super handy, but it for some reason doesn't want to. No. Alright. Try a different way. There you go. Basically, those are the ones that you see down there. They're okay, here's my mouse. They are the ones that work. These other 5 do not work. Okay, so you just want to make sure you got voltage, current, and you know you can switch on all your lights there. There's also this little lever down here under the pilot's chair. So usually, I think it's basically taxi and landing lights. So I think this is landing, and then that's taxi. I think the middle is both. I think this is your trim and flaps, and that works depending on where you have this little doob reset. So one position it will do flaps, one position it will do trim, and where you see where they are is this guy here. So now, of course, I'm not crazy. I've set up buttons for this. I don't want to be messing around with that little clutch lever. So you can move your flaps, and you see them there. The trim, as we saw, I've got my trim wheel, so we want to set this to about +1 for takeoff. Is usually the position, so I'm using my my trim wheel, if I can speak properly, which is great. And if I do that, you can see that actually move there, which is cool. The big wooden wheel. So let me just zoom back in on that so I can make sure it's on 1, which it pretty much is. Now, interesting thing about this plane is that you can actually see the elevator move when you adjust the trim. So if I do that, like there, I'm moving my trim wheel, you see that elevator going up and down there. So there you go. You see our beacon light's already on. And once again, I'm going to put that back to 1. Okay. So that's like I said. I figure we may as well do that while we're looking at it. These lights, you don't really need them in the day. They're the dashboard lights. So we are going to find the switches to those. If I can hit the right button. And it is this thing. You change it from hell to us. Come here. That's one of them. The other one is lurking. Where are you? There you are. No, that's not you. Oh, brother. This guy. There you go. Alright, so we don't need those on, but we want all the other lights on. This is your pitot heat. You want it to be pointing to this, which is pitot tube, I believe, in German. This one, the next position is, I think it's cow flaps, if I remember. Oh, come on, Where's the little position? There it is. Okay, so we'll leave it on pitot tube. That's fuel pump. We want that on, which it is on. Hold on. If I can hit the right button, that would be super handy, wouldn't it? I don't know where it's going. Hold on. I'm trying to get a different view. There we go. Okay. Back it up, back it up. You can see this little cluster of magneto stuff here, okay? So, I'm trying to move the camera. It's not easy. All right. So, first one is we want to do engine 2. And again, for some bizarre reason, my mouse pointer has disappeared. Where have you gone? Stupid game. Okay. Anyway, because I've actually noticed that sometimes this particular plane seems to bug out when you're trying to get these magnetos into the correct position, which is you want them to be on both. What I've done... Geez, mouse pointer just came alive. I don't know if you can see both anywhere, but basically what I've done is I've set keys. So I think I did Alt M2, Alt M3, and 1. There we go. And just to let you know, shouldn't pop those up, but this, I have those keys as a backup in case of nonsense like this. This is the delay, which I think is like soon and late. I'm not sure how that affects ignition, but I just kind of leave it on that one. Early and late, that's what it is. So I'll leave it on early. Anyway, so basically you've got your magneto to both. I've done them all to both because we want them all on both. We lift our first magneto on the engine over there, which I guess is engine 3. Okay, and we want to put this fella, which is our lubrication. We need to put him to the that position, which is for start. And let's see what else. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I'm trying to do this off the top of my head because I want to get used to it. Oh yeah, mixture. You just put all those to rich. Fuel tank in the middle. Okay, and then if we can come up a little bit, watch this prop here. If I've done this right, when I flip this up and I hit that. Hey, about 3 or 4 seconds of that, and there she goes. Nice. Okay, there's one. The next one, pop up the magneto cap, and let's get the camera over here, maybe. Whoa, 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 camera! Oh my gosh, dude. Up a little bit. Up a little bit. There we go. Here we go. Ready? So watch the prop. And let go. Come on, baby. No? What did we forget, Simon? What did we forget? We forgot the lube! Can't do this without lube. Jesus, are we trying to break the engines? Okay, let's try that one more time. Not you. That sounds a bit more like it, doesn't it? Let go. Close that. There we go. You always need lube. Remember that, kids. Alright. When you're starting a JU-52. Okay. Next one. Before we forget the lube, let's move that bad boy down. Flip up our little magneto. Did I flip that one? I did, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. And start a switch. And let go. That working? I think so. Close out. forget, was it this way? There we go. Alright. So, we got our 3 engines up and running. That's cool. I've already checked fuel. Oil level on each engine is this, or is it oil temperature? Or level? I think it's level. I'm not sure. As long as it's in the green. I thought this was temperature, and it basically needs to be in the green. It's like cold, good, hot. There's also fuel gauges. I'm not sure where the fuel is for the for the center engine. I've not worked that out. But the fuel gauges for the side engines are there, and you might need to look through somewhere else to see it because this engine wash is getting in the way. But basically, it's a needle. But I've got half fuel in is what I've set, 50%. Okay, I did that pretty well. I did forget to apply the lube on it says lubrication. I'm not making this up. Okay, so basically the oil. We forgot to give the engine oil that one, but and that's a good thing. Once you start them, put the oil on all of them to the regular run position. Okay. So there you go. It's not that complicated. Let's have a look at some other stuff here. A couple of stuff. This is the looks like an ADF, but I think we use it as a VOR because there's really no ADFs in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. There's not many ADFs, so it's set up as a VOR, I believe. But I haven't got it to work yet, so you know. These are a bunch of stuff like, I think those are coolant thingies, I forget, but you don't really need to touch them, honestly. Oh, what we do need to do is turn off the primer and stuff, those two. Fuel injector, basically like a fuel pump, fuel injector and a primer. Turn those off now that we've got her up and running, okay? Let's see, what else? Good there. There's something... God damn, if I can remember these controls. Okay. Those, I think those are fire extinguishers? I can't remember. We got our pitot heat set, we did all that. That's our brake, handbrake. This is COM radio frequency, and this is your VOR frequency. Now, if we pull up Navigraph of where we're at here, and we switch to this so we can see where some VORs are. Come on, load in. There you go. So you see this one here. See, there's an ADF, but that's 420. 112 is this VOR. We're right here. So we should, right, at 112 as our frequency, we should be able to pick up a VOR, right? So if we set this bad boy here to 112, and then I pathetically try and find the right key to go over there, you see this hasn't moved. So I don't know if there's a switch somewhere missing to like turn on the nav radio. I don't think there is. This thing is like an ident thing. It doesn't make any difference to this. That's just your volume for your comms. So I really don't know. I think that just turns on the audio for the VOR. I'm pretty sure that's what that does. So you can hear the Morse code. But it doesn't seem to be working. That doesn't seem to work. There's also a very rudimentary autopilot, like a gyro pilot kind of thing. Which if I... Jeez, come on. Here we go. Which is this bad boy here. I forget what that does. I think that's... I should really know what that does, but I've forgotten. Anyway, that's the autopilot on and off. And when he's on, what you do is you set the direction you want to fly in on there, the desired bearing. This is your actual bearing, and then I think you hit that too, which is the heading activator, and it's supposed to make this basically come up. As you can see it moved. So this was kind of pointing in the right direction. I don't get why there's these three here. I don't know what that means. I can't. It's hard. There's no manual with this, so you basically got to figure this stuff out as you go. Watch as many YouTube videos as you can on this, because there's info out there. People are gradually putting it together. That's the autopilot cutoff switch, which is already off, I think. I don't know. Anyway, we don't really need it, because this plane flies real stable, honestly, so it's not like it's hard to fly. I think this thing is the fuel cutoff. I'm not going to try it right now. But yeah, we've got the old girl up and running, so she's good to go. This, I'm not sure if this is a turn coordinator or part of the autopilot. That's your artificial horizon. This is your airspeed. Now everything is in metric, because don't forget this is a German plane from 1939, so everything's in metric. There is a retrofit one which is different, so if you're not digging this, then you probably want to fly that version. But I like the challenge of trying to fly the original. So, you know, I like to learn about it, and you know, it's cool, it's interesting, it's a piece of history. So, what was I doing? Oh yeah, airspeed in kilometers per hour. Okay, and you typically will be around 100 to 150, maybe 200, depends. But that's kind of where you're looking at going. Okay, you want to come into land probably around 100 or 90, something like that. Maybe a bit faster, depends. This is your altimeter. I just hit B to make sure I've said that right. But this, you can see it's in millibars there, and you can use this to adjust that depending on what ATC have told you. That doesn't seem to do anything. Basically, this is in thousands of feet. It's like, you know, kilometers, right? So 1 kilometer, 1,000 feet. And then this is again in kilometers, so 0.1. So this is 100. So let's say you're at 1100. Well, this will be at 1, and this will be at 0.1. Or 1200. This will be at 1. This will be at 0.2. See, so instead of having this in one dial, they basically, like we normally would today, they've split it between 2 dials. Okay, so that's your climb descent indicator, vertical speed indicator. That's the term I'm looking for. Well done. Engines, of course. We just crank these bad boys up a little bit. Wait. Is the brake on? Can we put the brake on? Yeah. I like to not drive into the trucks in front of me. If we just crank up the engines a little bit, see the revs climb. Okay, so everything's in triplicate because it's 3 engines. So these are the revs. I think these are manifold pressure. It's clock. I have no idea what that is. I'll have to figure that out. I just noticed that. I don't know what that is. These look like temperatures. No idea what those are. I really wish they gave us like a little PDF manual to show us what all this stuff does. That would be really cool. I mean, I know it was only $15 for the plane, but still. Like, a PDF, guys. A couple of pages. A screenshot with some labels. Like, something. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Anyway, you can see, though, it is really nicely modeled. And you can zoom in, like, real close. And, I mean, this sim's great anyway, but just look at that. This is beautiful. And listen to those engines. Listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Let me just try and adjust my position here again. Pretty sure there's a button to where's the reset your position button? You know what I'm saying? Where's that gone? Alright, so that's just a quick run through without getting into, you know, any more detail than is absolutely necessary. I like to be able to see the prop there a little bit. You know what I mean? It's cool. Just center us up a little bit more or whatever. Okay, that'll do. And let's just, I just want to show you this. Let's use our drone camera, because you need to hear these engines, okay? Listen to this. Whoops, if I can tilt the camera. Listen to that. Oh. Let's crank her up a bit. Oh, doesn't let me in drone mode, does it? Damn it. Disables controls in drone mode. I don't know what these things are. Here, they look like freaking rocket launchers. I guess there's some kind of intake. They look like they fire mini rockets or something. Anyway, flaps are... I think these are the flaps. These are the ailerons, I think. Anyway. Those engines sound awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know what I just did then. Oh, I just totally screwed up that camera, didn't I? Hey! Okay. Well, hint, kids. Do not hit T while you're in drone camera, because I don't know what I just did, but that was not fun. Okay, look down. There we go. Ready to rock and roll. Alright, let's do this. Let's get the hell out of here. So, pocket brake's coming off. We want to ask air traffic control, I guess. Taxi, depart straight out.
Innsbruck ground Viper 022 ready to taxi departing straight out with Mike.
Viper 022 taxi to and hold short of runway 08 via taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 120.1 when ready.
After that.
Taxi to and hold short runway 08 using taxiway Alpha Viper 022.
Yeah. Now, basically, see, we need to kind of go over there. I'm not going the wrong way. Bruh, that is not the way I wanted to go. Let me look at my thing. Or is it? Yeah, see, I wanted to go that way. They were trying to get me to go to the other end of the airport, runway. I wanted to be up there. So annoying. Well, we're gonna have to do a little turnaround. Now, I think... Yeah, the rudder pedals here. Alright. Come on, baby. Use a bit of differential braking too. Not too fast, not too fast, not too fast. Watch the fire truck. That is a crazy looking fire truck, isn't it? Is it from the future? Alright, this guy's about to get chopped. Rage of the Lost Ark style. Blood all over the windshield, sorry about that. Oh, there's another one there. Ooh, let's not head straight for him. Let's slow down. Okay, little word to the wise. This is a tail dragger, so if you need a brake, you best be pulling back on that yoke as well. Okay. And it taxis very easily. Let's put my head tracking back on here. Taxis very easily. Shit. And it takes off very quickly. Ooh. For such a big girl. She's not that big, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. Stay here. Stop, stop, stop. Request takeoff clearance, please.
Innsbruck Tower Viper 022 ready at runway 08 departing straight out.
Viper 022 altimeter 29.9 to wind 268 at 7. Departing straight out approved.
You know,
Takeoff runway 08 Viper 02.
I'm pretty sure. Let's reset that. I'm pretty sure that I told him runway 16, not 08, but whatever. Alrighty, ready. Apparently we're going left. Let's look through the... oh, shit. What am I doing here? Oh, they want me to turn around. Who designed this runway? This airport? Crazy Austrians. Okay. Switch to idle. Shop over this. Alright, let's take it nice and slow. Jesus, come on, turn around. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Ooh, did that a little fast, didn't we? Alright, well they gave me takeoff clearance, yeah? Yep. Oh, stop. Flaps. To takeoff position. Basically, it's like cruise, takeoff, approach, and landing. Those are the 4 positions I think they basically translate to. So, going back up to cruise, we'll go down 1 to takeoff. Okay. Everything else is good. We're a mixture, full rich, of course, for right now. We will adjust that. We'll lean it out as we go. We're going to just sort of fly around 3,000 or 4,000 meters. I keep saying feet, but it's meters. It's kilometers. So I've got to get used to that flying this. Alright, let's do this. Yeah! Woohoo! Here we go. Let's try not to screw it up. I'm gonna pull back a little bit on the stick. Little bit. The tail's coming off the ground. And you will see that you need to get... there you go. She's up already. Look at that. This thing likes to fly. Now, I don't know if they're going to adjust that at some point. Because she is very easy to take off. Like, almost like a helicopter. Alright, now we want to pull up some trim here. It's my trim wheel. Yeah, let's move that trim wheel a bit. Okay, we're going to come off the flaps. We're going to put them back to cruise for now. And we'll just sort of climb like this, full power for a bit. Wasn't that easy? Look at it, we're flying already. Look at that. Isn't this plane beautiful? $15, dude. I'm not trying to flog it. I'm just saying, $15. What a freaking awesome plane. And let me tell you, in VR, oh my god. The only reason I'm not doing this in VR right now is because it looks crappy on video, but trust me, in VR, this thing is freaking awesome. And you don't want to take off your VR headset. You just want to stay in it the whole time. It's so great. Okay, anyway. So I'm using the head tracking today to give you at least a kind of a VR kind of view, even though it's, you know, flat, but whatever.
Viper 022, leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Innsbruck Tower Viper 022, frequency change.
Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm not going to bother with the radio, honestly, because it's just a pain in the butt. We don't need it. And I've killed all air traffic, so it's not like there's anyone else around, so it doesn't really matter. But what we do need to do, if we look at our handy-dandy Navigraph map, we're going the wrong way, so we need to do a 180, okay? You can also see that here. We're flying the wrong way, so on our VFR map. And if you look at this, a lot of mountains, okay, so we've got to be real careful. Alright, so what we want to do basically is just go do a 180 and go back around. So we'll just do this gently because we've got passengers, don't forget. We don't want to make them throw up or scream or crap their pants, so that would be good. It's not good for business scaring your customers, so let's just do a nice little turn here. I actually watched that old movie with Clint Eastwood, where Eagles Dare. I watched that the other day because there's a Ju-52 in it at the beginning and the end of the movie. So if you want to see a real one in a movie, check out that movie. There's a few other movies out there that it's in, but it's kind of cool. Gives you an idea of like the time period this thing is from. So you can see we've got quite a lot of room here in this valley, so we don't need to, make any sharper turn than this, but we do need to just pay attention, okay? There you go, there's where we took off from, down there. Innsbruck runway, the airport. Lovely day, and you can, if you want to, you can open these windows, which I think is pretty funny. I mean, we're not going very fast, so I guess it don't matter. But look, even this one. Whee! Want some fresh air? All right. Oh, wrong way. So we should be heading about 270. Oh no, we went way past it because we're too busy messing with the windows. Okay, there we go. So we're 2,300 feet, meters. God, I gotta stop saying feet in this plane. I do wish there was the option to put the pilot and co-pilot's bodies, in the seat. They are there. There they are, see? And of course, the sim removes them when you're in here. I don't know why it does that. I wish there was a key I could assign to bring them back, Because I want to look down and see myself, kind of thing. Especially in VR. But anyway, it's cool. Doesn't matter. Just nitpicking. Look at this place. Is this not the way to fly? This is it, man. Look at that. Now, hopefully on the video, the frames are doing okay. In the game, it looks perfectly smooth. Not sure what frame rate I'm getting, but it looks great. But I'm noticing on the video preview, it looks a bit jerky, so sorry. But just trust me, in the game it's fine. I'll try not to move around too much. Alright, let's just check our position here. So, okay, we're back on track, so that's cool. And we basically just want to, you can see by the bearing of that track, it's about 280. We just kind of want to stick to that, so, if you want, as a little reminder, you can, whoops, wrong way. You can set this little thing to 280. This is really for the autopilot, but, you know what I mean? And then you can just be like, okay, let me just keep that lined up. Am I doing it right? I'm going the wrong way. Idiot. It's kind of backwards. because, well, it's a compass, that's why. So. Come on, come on. I mean, or you can just VFR it and just look out the window. I mean, look, you can just see where we're doing that down the valley. Okay, so we're coming up for about 3,000 feet, and we want to be at that. Whoa, 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 whoa. We want to be at least 3,000 because some of these mountains are, you know, that or higher. So we can't really, yeah, we've got to fly over them to get where we're going. So this is cool. We've got a good rate of climb there. Our trim is set. Okay, I'm just adjusting the camera. Oh, it's better. Okay. This is it. Now, I suppose we could switch that on. Switch that on. We'll see if it tries to... So that should have switched the autopilot on. I don't know if it's going to actually do anything. It never seems to do a damn thing. So I'm feeling like it's bugged right now. Doesn't seem to do anything, does it? Nope. Alright, well anyway, we're pretty stable right now. So we can, if I turn off head tracking for a minute, rather than use the drone, it's much easier when you're inside this thing because it bobs up and down a bit. If you want to look around, best thing to do is just use the regular old camera. So we can get a nice view, like let's say we're a passenger on this side. How about that? There's a view, huh? And, over this side, down a bit. You know, let's go this way. This way. I always like to lean into the window and have a look out. How about that? You see that fuel gauge there? I can't... It's such a weird looking thing, but anyway. You can see the needles on about half. These huge wings. This thing is kind of like a... It's kind of like a glider with 3 engines in terms of the size of the wings. I don't know if we're going the right direction. Are we supposed to be going over here? You know what? We better get back up there. Let's just have one quick look so you can get a nice view of the passenger cabin here. There we go. So that's how she looks. All right, let's get back up there. We gotta go down a bit and then in here. Wait. This way. Okay, in. There we go. Up a bit, over here. Autopilot. Are we drunk? Apparently. We are not flying in the right direction, autopilot. Jesus, dude. I can't. I'm trying to get this centered. It's like nigh on impossible. Alright, anyway. So let's have a look. We are going completely the wrong way. I'm going to cancel the autopilot there. Because that is not helpful, is it? And which way are we going? I swear to God, I always get this wrong. Okay. This way. Let's put the head tracking back on. Let's have a look at our VFR map. You can see we're quite the way over where we're supposed to be. Oh, anti-ice. That's what that other thing was. That one. Okay. Put that on. Engine anti-ice is what it is. I remember. So we're flying right over this mountain. We'll get back into this valley, because this is the valley we should really be in. And we'll get more centered in the valley, and then we'll get back on our 2800, 280 bearing, our bearing at 28, whatever. So you can see why we need to be at least, you know, sort of 3,000, maybe 4,000. Some of these peaks, they can just come out of the clouds like that, and they're right at you. So you don't want to be any lower than that when you're flying around here. Unless you have perfect visibility, of course. But we don't. We put on a little bit of clouds. I think we've got scattered clouds on. These yellow handles down here is the rudder ratio, so you can adjust rudder. I think it's kind of like a sort of rudder trim kind of deal. Ish, but I don't touch it. Hey, look at that. I'm going to try an experiment here. I'm going to turn off head tracking. And we're going to turn off the webcam, so... Let's just see if the frame rate is any better. Well, a little bit. My GTX 1080 has been worked to the max here. What a view, though. Look at that. Let's be careful. Let's watch our bearing here. So, come over a little bit. Look at this beautiful yoke. Oop, not that far, Jesus. Yeah. You want to kind of follow this valley, but that's not where we're going, so... I think that's going to be more pleasant for the video in terms of frames. Recording and working two webcams at the same time, one for head tracking, one for me. Gotta try these things though, you know. It's not too bad. It's really only when I pan around with the old head tracking. Seems to really suffer. In the game it looks fine. But on the video, not so much. So we'll leave that off. we'll kill the webcam too, because you could rather see the scenery than me. Is anyone paying attention to where we're flying? Because I am so not right now. Let's have a look. So what we want to do, if we sort of zoom into Zurich Airport here, you'll see there's a VOR here, and then there's this track of nav points. And what you want to do is basically follow those in to the runway 16. That was runway 16. I didn't pay attention to what runway I chose. Whatever. For the departure. Okay. Anyway, doesn't matter. But this is runway 16. That's why I was thinking of. And you can see even the GPS kind of takes you in there, but where is it? There it is. Here, LSCH. It's not going to show us a... Okay. Fine. But you get the idea. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of ignore this. This is just like a general pointer for this flight. So we're kind of going to fly along the lake here and then up to the VOR and then follow these nav points into the runway. And you want to be at around 2,000 feet, meters when you get to this VOR, okay? And since, you know, I can't do anything with the actual nav instruments on board, we're going to have to use our, in quotes, iPad. So here we go. So that's going to be our plan. So basically fly up to the TRA VOR and then just straight in, about 2,000 meters here, just straight in to the runway. Should be a pretty easy approach. And this lake is real easy to spot, it's huge. But as I mentioned before, very mountainous. We turn on the ISO lines, you will see, I mean you can see out the window, but just gives you an idea of how dense that is. So I think if we come over a little bit now to 280, and we'll use mouse cam to save our frames. New computer, but I use my 1080. So the CPU's new, but I use my 1080 from my previous computer. So I really would like to, of course, eventually get a 3080 or something, but you know, those are crazy expensive right now, like ridiculously expensive, and I do not want to pay that much. And that's assuming you can even get hold of one. So the 1080 will work fine for now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, love this cockpit. Not too big, not too small. The chairs are kind of weird. They're more like benches. Oh, you know what I didn't do when I started it? I didn't use the wobble pump. You have to take this catch off, drop this pump down. That's when you're starting engines, whatever they are, 3 and 1. It's basically the 2 side engines. When you're starting those, you have to have this wobble pump down. I forgot that step. They still started okay, but you know, that's what you're supposed to do. And then you put it back to the off position here when you're starting the center engine. So yeah. Oh well. Still did pretty good from just trying to wing it, you know, if you pardon the pun. Man, look at these slopes. Wow. Pretty awesome place to live, I would say. I mean, I don't think anyone lives there, but still, this area. Slide on over to the co-pilot's seat. A little bit closer to the window. Well, there's some people living down there. Is this not just beautiful though? Look at this. Look at it. Just look at it. You can imagine this in VR. I mean, it's just, it's crazy. Yeah, a little bit of bumpy air here. We're centered. Okay. I really need to figure out what the reset button is for the view, but anyway. And I want to go a little bit forward. A little bit more. There we go. Oh, this drives you nuts, doesn't it? I think that's kind of where you'd want to be. Right? There you go. Good enough, good enough. God, it's so annoying. Okay. I'm trying to do an angle. Alright, whatever. It's my OCD kicking in. Okay, look at the windows. Isn't that lovely? What height are we at? Altitude 3,200 meters? Whatever that is in feet, I have no idea. We're still, I want to be at like 4,000, so we're going to come up on the trim a little bit. We're still at full pelt on the old engines here. Max power. Oh, our bearing is so off. Oh my gosh. No, wrong way, wrong way. The wind blew us round. If we had a functional autopilot thingamajig, that would help, but no. Yeah, a bit off course there. If I wasn't having so much fun, I'd actually pay attention to what direction I'm going in, but okay. Let's clear it up a little bit here. You can see we're doing, it's like about 180 kilometers per hour, whatever that is. The knots. I have no idea. Alright, let's level her off a little bit on the artificial horizon. There we go. So this is kind of our the bearing that we want to be on. Alright. And here we are. So we're making good progress. Fly along here, get to the lake, and then we'll kind of fly, instead of following this line straight in, of course, because we want to come in from this direction for the approach, we're going to fly sort of across the lake here, along the shores of the lake, up to the VOR, which is around here, and then fly her in. Okay. Yep. Cool. All right. So let's just watch this. We're going to keep this on around 280. It keeps wanting to push me south. Push that nose south. Like, stop it. Little flighty yoke inputs here. Okay. Look at that. Where's the sun? I mean, it's beautiful, that is. What a great place to fly. Wow, look at that. That's a screenshot right there. And again. That's a cool place to live. You got that flat valley, and then these amazing mountains either side. That's crazy. Wow. Ooh, we gotta watch where we're going here. Beautiful. Oh yeah. All right. This place is like screenshot heaven. It's great. If only I could get the drone camera to work. Look at the size of the wings on this thing. Awesome. Anywho, hey, we didn't blow off course too much. That's pretty good. We should go be a passenger for a minute. I kind of like doing that. That is pretty. Alright. I have to do it sideways, because I haven't worked out how to move forwards and backwards. Oh dear. Okay. So our altitude now, it's basically staying right there at 3,200 meters. I haven't seen a reason to have to go higher, so that's fine. But isn't this just like a relaxed, you know, peaceful way to fly in the sim? It's awesome. Because you fly slow, kind of slow, right? So there's no rushing in this plane, you know. She can carry a fair bit, but she's, you know. Now you're supposed to put the revs down to about 1,500 for cruise. I'm just running at 18, which is max, and to give us as much speed as possible. And it seems to be okay. I mean, it's not overheating. The oil's not going in the red. don't know what's a good and bad temperature. I'm thinking that's not too bad, 65 Celsius. So, yeah. I don't see anything bad there. I wouldn't know what was bad if I saw it, let's be honest. How that manifold pressure works, because it's just staying really low. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so you see we're drifting off course a little bit there. So I want to come left. Little bit. We start to see, I think, is that a lake over here? Looks like it. But let's just bring her back. You know, this is actually fine. Let's just head for the lake from here. And what we'll do with this here is we'll set that to 160. Just, not that we really need the help, but just to kind of remind us where the runway is going to be at. And that's it. Like to do that usually with any heading bug when you're flying it manually, just as a little reminder. Look at those houses down there, look. There's one. What a cool place. I mean, you're literally among the clouds. How cool is that? Look at this wood. I'm sorry, but I'm really impressed by this wood texture. Everything in here looks awesome. I mean, let's be honest. It really gives you that 1939 feel. I think now it's time for a snack and a cup of tea, if you've got one. We're just cruising along. Look at it. Trims out perfectly. It's really nice to fly. You're not constantly having to adjust the trim. Like, I just set the trim, it climbed as high as it could. It's about where I want it, so I'm not going to adjust anymore, and then it just kind of sits there. It's great. Not constantly messing around trying to get that trim exact, you know. I hate that stuff. Ugh. Adjust to here, adjust to there, whatever. This one, just set it and forget it. Well, kind of. Yeah, now you can imagine in VR this looks pretty freaking amazing. Let's sidle up to the window. Cool. Oh, now here comes the lake. You know, the props on this thing are huge. And you kind of really notice that on the water variant with the floats, because those things have to be so high off the, you know, surface of the water. They put the plane so high because the props are so high. It doesn't look so bad with the wheels. With the, you know, the ground variant, but with the water variant, you really notice it. I love these little villages. What a cool place. Alright, what's our bearing? Yeah, we're doing good. That's a cool view. Here we are, coming up onto that lake. That is also a cool view. Yeah, I do like these views, very nice. Alright, anyway. Play with that all day, can we? Pretty plane, pretty location. This is eye candy all around. So, our airport is kind of over there somewhere. And you don't really see it till you're right in the approach, so you really have to use those markers on the map there. So I really hope they get the VOR stuff working for this, because that will be fun to try and navigate that way, you know. The old school, proper way. So, let's see, that looks like an airstrip as well. Oh yeah, is this the one there? So there's also one over there. Oh right, we can't really see it. It's over there somewhere. See, this is why we don't need air traffic control. We don't need them telling us what to do. So remember, we're heading up to the TRA VOR, so that's kind of our guide on the old map there. So what I would have liked to have done is set that as our VOR frequency. Hold up. Is this it? So the TRA, it's actually Trasadingen? I don't know. Anyway, it's 114.3. So that would really be our nav point that we'd be sort of heading to. Now, if we try and go down, I can remember which one it is. Jeez, come on. What was it? 114.3. Nope, this switch doesn't do anything. There's nothing on here that does anything. I have no idea why this ain't working. So if anyone knows... What does that do? Hold up. Oh, for crying out loud. You know what? This. Is that a thing? No, it's not. It's a bolt. But yeah, this really needs to be pointing us, you know. Is that the button? I don't know. There's no other, you know, there's nothing else around here that I can see that you would, I don't know what that does. Vertical, maybe, and something else? Because that's our, yeah, vertical speed. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know how to get this thing working. So I'm thinking maybe it's a bug? I've read somewhere that you have to turn the master radio on, but that might be on the retrofit one. Because there is... Damn, look at this thing. There is no other radio button I can find. And if we look up at the... This is just lights, you know? There's no button for radio in here. What's this? Nope, just some kind of wire. Nope. See? So, God, it's so raw. Look at it. It's corrugated aluminium. Yeah. Anyway. So we set it for that, but it didn't seem to do much. It's over here somewhere. Anywho, so yeah, if anyone knows, pop me a note in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it. There's nothing else, is there? There's no other button here. That's just a clip for your maps, your charts. So is that. This is like a bulldog clip kind of thing. Yeah, that's it. So I don't know. No idea how that is supposed to work. I'm thinking it's just a bug or something, because the autopilot doesn't seem to do much either, so... You can see why I set the weather to this, because if it was just foggy, it would be such a waste, you know? Such a waste. You gotta have just scattered clouds when you fly here, you know? Unless you're trying to have an adventure. And in this thing, with no sort of electronic nav equipment to speak of, yeah, that's... Yeah, not a good idea. We need VFR weather for this girl, really. So we're right over the lake now, making good time. As you can see, we're almost there. Perhaps come left a little bit, so we don't go too far north. So let's bring it back around to about 290 or something. about here? Looks good. And then we'll level her off. Looking here to level her off. There we go. Nice, gentle turns. And you see, like, I'm not on autopilot, obviously, but we're just trimming her out, and I'm just keeping throttle on full, which you're not supposed to do. But anyway, when I could drop down to 1500 RPMs, and that would drop our speed down, so it would just take longer to get there. And I'm sure you probably want to do that in the real world, because otherwise you'll, you know, put too much strain on these engines. But we don't care. In the sim world, we don't really care right now. So we're just caning it. Well, I say caning it, 180 kilometers an hour. Right. Actually, let's come right a bit. Drifting too far to the left. Too far south. Let's get that more of a northerly bearing in there. I feel like this thing has too much lift and is too flighty because it's very woohoo, you know. But maybe the real one's like that. I have no idea. I'm not an actual pilot, obviously, so I really don't know. I mean, with that big old wings, you know, wing surface area, maybe it really does have that much lift and it takes off within 20 feet. I don't know. Well, it felt like 20 feet. It was probably not quite 20 feet. So pretty. Pretty. This plane would be nice to fly anywhere in Europe, I think. Well, actually anywhere. It's just that Europe's so nice and green. Beautiful cockpit, I have to say. Just trying to take a screenshot here. That's pretty. That sure is pretty right there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We are approaching Zurich Airport. We'd like to remind our passengers at this time to please go ahead and take your seats and fasten your seatbelts. And for all those passengers who speak German, bitte anschnallen! Oh man. Yeah. I don't think that's gonna work. Anyway, well, we're a bit far off from the airport yet, so no worries there. Well, we're not that far off. I mean, I say we're far, but actually, where are we? Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. So we want to kind of, if we look at the VFR map here, I want to kind of come up to the top of this little waterway here, and then we'll just kind of fly along at 270 and then drop down, you know, into our approach. So I'm thinking that's this piece of water. Piece of water, is that the technical term? Body of water, there you go. Looks about right, doesn't it? Probably completely wrong. Maybe not. Tail cam. I mean, literally, I hardly have to touch it. You know, minor adjustments once in a while to keep us on the right bearing. But in decent weather like this, she just flies straight and true. Very nice. Chilling at 3,200, 3.2 kilometers altitude, 3,200 meters altitude. My God, what is that in feet? Someone tell me. Hold on. Google. Let's Google that. 3,200 meters, 2 feet. Shut up. That's how high we are? Whoa, we're at 10,500 feet. People need oxygen. Oops. Let's see. So if I wanted to be at like 8,000 feet to meters. Okay, I should be at more like around about 2,400 meters. So, you know, why don't we just, so that we don't all suffocate. Good to know. You know what's a good number to know would be 10,000, flying this thing, it would be 10,000 feet. So that's about 3.04 kilometers. So basically 3 kilometers. So you don't want to go over 3 kilometers in this thing, because everyone's just, even though it has a ceiling height, I think of 1,900 feet. No. What the hell am I talking about? 19,000 feet. Okay. So it has a ceiling height of about 19,000 feet, I seem to remember. You don't want to go over 10,000 because no one has oxygen. This is not a pressurized cabin, obviously. It doesn't look pressurized to me. And everyone's, yeah, no. We need oxygen. So let's drop us down. Let's get down to 2,000 meters, you know, which is not 2,000 feet. My God. Okay, I need to figure out what 2,000 meters is. 2,000 meters. 2 feet. Googling this. The 2,000 is about 6,500 feet. So, of course, 1,000 meters is about 32. Okay, so really, we need to get down to about 1,000 for our approach. We need to get down to about 1,000 meters, because that's about 30, just under 3,300 feet. Okay, good to know, good to know, good to know. So why the hell does this gauge go up to 9,000 or 9,000 meters? 3 kilometers is 10,000 feet. That's 30,000 feet. This thing can't go there. Okay, whatever. He says, talking all high pitched. All right. Okay. So we want to come left to 270. We're going to come off the throttle. Ooh, yeah, baby. 270. Kicking a little downward trim, too. Hey, not too much. Let's not die. I want to overstress the airframe now. I hear that wind whistling, and I notice the speed, the airspeed there. A little cray-cray. But we do need to be dropping, and I think we are, so that's good. Come left a bit more. 270, I said. Oh, wait. You know what? That compass is so confusing. I'm so used to just using a regular sort of bearing indicator. It's the opposite way. It's the opposite way. So we want to be down at about 1,000 meters. That's about 3,300 feet. Okay, see, we learned something. Should have looked that up before, admittedly. Been flying at 10,000 feet for like an hour, or above 10,000 feet for like an hour, but oh well. Let's pretend we had oxygen. Alright, we're doing good, we're doing good. We're on track for the TRA VOR, according to our little VFR iPad thingamajig. Just think of it as an iPad. Okay, we are at about 2019, 18. Okay, so we're probably under 6,000 feet now. All right. Okay, man. So watching this come around, when it gets to here, we should be at 1,000, and that's about 3,300 feet. So that's kind of good. You know what we didn't do? We did not even adjust the mixture. Wow, we just had it. We didn't lean it out. We had it on rich the whole time. Too busy looking out the window. Well, that's what you do when you're in a new plane, right? You look at it, you look out the window, you look at all the pretty things, you look at all the controls. I mean, you're getting used to it, you're learning it, you know? Once you've got everything down, then you can, like, let's try and do a perfect flight, you know? Alright, so we are coming up on 1,000 meters here, so that's about 3,300 feet. Alright, there we go. There's 1,000 meters. There's 3,300 feet. So I think we'll kind of settle here. And what we'll do is we'll pull the throttle back up to 1,500 RPM. I don't want to be climbing, so... yeah, about 1,500. Looks good. Okay. And now we can kind of read this as like 900 meters, 800 meters, and so on, okay? Although that's a hill, we do not want to hit that. You know what I just realized? This place is pretty high above sea level. Yeah, sure is. We're a little too low, aren't we? We're not at sea level here. Idiot. Passengers are like, is he drunk? What's he doing? Are we landing already? only about 1,500 meters. I don't have ground radar or whatever. Don't judge me. Okay, course is good. This one's a little higher. I want to be at what feels like 2,000 feet. You know what I'm saying? So whatever the freaking ground is, I'm thinking. Honestly, I'm thinking like 1,800 meters, maybe. It's probably a good place to be for our approach. We'll see. You see how easy this thing is to fly. I mean, it's, you know, it's not hard. I'm telling you, it's like a big old glider with 3 engines strapped to it. That's kind of how it flies. Like it has the lift of a glider, but it's actually powered. It's like a powered glider. Thanks to that huge wing surface area there. Alright, so that's looking about right. 1,800, right? Yeah. So, I think we can settle down to... Let's bring these revs down. Why are we turning? What the hell's going on? Bruh. I did not notice we were turning. I don't know what happened there. Must be a wind up here or something. Throttle back a bit. Okay, so if we look at the VFR map there, we want to come around now. We're going to start our approach soon. We're going to basically come in contact with TRA VOR position at a bearing of 160. At around about, I'm guessing here, well, the altitude around about 1,800 meters above sea level, not above the ground here, because the ground is pretty high up. I wish I knew what the ground level was, but I have no idea. I'm just eyeballing it at this point. But that looks about right to me. I wish there was like a little like radio tower kind of thing that you could see on the ground where this VO was. I remember there used to be in previous versions of Microsoft Flight Sim, but I don't know. I don't think they're on this. I don't know. But they used to, back in the day, they used to put like little buildings with antennae on them, tall antennae. It's pretty cool. Like you could literally fly over it and see it. I'm not sure if they do it in this one. I don't think it'd be too difficult to do that. I mean, you know, they already have the obviously the VORs marked on the map, so. So we're kind of heading southwest here towards our VOR. that we can't actually pick up because the VOR radio doesn't work, but be able to see it, and then we basically just follow it in. Well, we follow these in, these waypoints, into Zurich. So it's like a little breadcrumb trail leads us right into runway 160. Or 16, sorry. Bearing 160. I mean, that is just beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. Except for the crazy shadow on my windowsill here, but other than that. It's gorgeous. Keep this where about here so we can see we gotta come around. You sort of hit that, and then you come around here. Look at this. Hit the VOR, come around here, follow these in like a trail of breadcrumbs, take you straight into the airport. No worries, mate. And then at some point, usually about here, I think, we should actually be able to see the runway, and then we can just eyeball it from there and use the PABI lights. But yeah, would have been nice if we could use the VOR radio. That would have been cool. Because you could pretty much wing it from there. You know that you just, turn around the VOR, point to 160, and just sort of eyeball it from there. The old radio navigation is a lost art, that's for sure. So we want to do a turn now. So we'll do a very gentle turn here. And we'll just hold it there. And let her turn. She turns pretty well, so just bank a little. And you'll see on the VFR map we are turning very nicely into our track along those breadcrumbs, those waypoints.
Tower Viper 022 is 16 miles north, 4,500 feet with Quebec to land.
Viper 022 to Indorf Tower. Altimeter 29er, to wind 269er at 7. Make straight in runway 16.
Fly straight in runway 16 Viper 022.
Alright. Okay, so we got permission to land. So what are we at now? We're at about 1,300 meters. It's probably about 4,000 feet above sea level, but I'm trying to be about 2,000 to 3,000 feet above the ground here, and the ground elevation is high, so I don't know, I'm literally just eyeballing this right now. What we want to be looking is around this area. We want to be trying to spot the runway, so around that bearing of 160, which is about here. The runway should be dude, I don't know. Where is it? There it is, I got it, right there. I don't know if you can see it, but you can kind of see the lights, so we want to come over here a bit. We're a little to the left. And also we should calm off that throttle a bit now. Alright, let's pull around again. Freaking hard to spot, I'll tell you that. No, I think I've gone too far. What the sugar is it? Where is it? There it is, there it is. Oh, jeez. Pull up, pull up. Here. There it is, there it is. I got it. Alrighty. I think we're a little bit too low. I feel like we're too low. Now I know where we're going. Go up a little bit, and now we want to... Freaking Windows pane is right in my way. And if you can't see it, it's right here. There it is. So that is where we're going to land. I actually want to slow down a bit. What we want to do is put some flaps down. Yeah, there's one notch. Ooh, interesting water thingamajig. What's that down there? There's our runway. She is right there. I'm gonna go to approach flaps. This is helping to slow us down, of course. Help us glide in. I have no idea what our actual altitude is above the ground. I can only tell you we are at just over 1,100 meters, which is about 3,500 feet right now. Above sea level, not above the ground here. Downward trim here. much, not that much. Whew. Actually, that Flight Velocity Pro trim wheel is lovely. So I'm hoping we'll be able to see poppy lights soon. Yeah, there they are, there they are. Oh, they're all white, so we are too high. So let's come idle. Let's go full flaps. We are way over to the left too. Okay.
Viper 022, wind 269er at 7. Cleared to land runway 16.
Roger that.
Cleared to land runway 16 Viper 022.
Passage like, hey! Hold on, passengers. I know what I'm doing. Just getting us over a bit. Still too high. These poppy lights are easier to see at night, but I can make them out. We're at full flaps and we're idle throttle right now. I'm just kind of bringing her down a bit. Once I see two of those poppy lights go red, or we get too slow, I mean, we're still hanging in there at like 150 kilometers per hour, so. I think we're doing good. I feel like we're doing good. I'm literally just gliding her in right now. Okay, half of the poppy lights are red, so this is good. We want to kind of keep this angle of approach. So I'm going to give it a bit more power here. Pull up a little bit on that nose, because we're getting too low now. Not that much. No. Jeez, this thing wants to fly. Okay, hold up, girl, hold up. Feet on the rudder pedals, we are ready. Little bit too low. There we go. Oh, now too high. Man, she's now way too high. She should just climb. All right, back to idle. Let's just try and keep her center line here. Here we go. Remember, it's a tail dragger, so. Okay, here we go. Come on, baby. She's a floater. She likes to float. Rudder. Ooh. Man, some crazy winds here for some reason. I have no idea if my...
Viper 022, exit runway when able.
Okay, let's try a bit of brakes. And we're gonna put those flaps all the way up. Alright. That was so smooth, I couldn't even tell if the tail was down or not, honestly. awesome.
Viper 022, contact ground on 121.755.
Going to 121.755 Viper 022.
Taxi to the gates, please.
Zurich ground, Viper 022, taxi to the gate.
Viper 022, taxi to gate Echo 64 using taxiway Echo 5 Foxtrot.
Roger that.
Taxiing to gate Echo 64 using taxiway Echo 5 Foxtrot, Viper 022.
Alright. What a beautiful plane. Flies like a dream, man, I'll tell you. Easy isn't the word. It's just gentle. There's that fire truck from the future again. Really? Why must you be in my way, fire truck? Oh, they're putting us right here. Look at that. See where I'm at here. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey! Oh, for goodness sake. I forgot when you have the right mouse button pressed down, it doesn't do anything from the controls, and that's what was happening. That's why I overshot. Okay, I cannot see what the hell I'm supposed to be at here. Whee! It's not really designed for this plane, is it? But if I'd said parking, it's nowhere near where the passengers would want to be. So let's just assume they bring us a ladder, you know? So everyone can get out. This guy still wants me to go forward. Bruh, sure about that? What is that noise? Oh, it's a truck. It's a fire truck. It's noisy. Yeah! I don't know how they're going to get me out of here. They have to push me back. No, I am not going more forward than that. You're ridiculous. Okay, we parked well, considering we screwed up because of the right mouse button being clicked. Alright, 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 alright. Alright, parking brake. Set. Alright, we are here. Yeah! Made it to Zurich. Landed no problem. So that was it. So we want to shut down everything. I think the easiest way to do that is just to cut the fuel. Oh, like that, yeah. Hey, I wish there was an option to turn that off. There we go. And then if we go over here, not there, here, we can pop all these guys down. And that one up, of course. We can kill the battery. And we can move the lube all the way back up. Thus, pitot heat to off. That stuff we'd already turned off. I think that's it. Oh, and anti-ice. Turn that off there, may as well. And the lights off. Cool. And there you go. That's it. Nothing to it. Beautiful plane. Love this plane. Very relaxing. If you want a relaxing flight over a really scenic area, this is the plane, man. I'm telling you. It's beautiful. Simple. Flies really nicely. Couldn't ask for anything better. And for the money, I mean, it's really awesome. There's several liveries, 2 versions. Well, actually 3 versions. Well, there's, no, 4 versions. There's the original, like, 1930s version, which is this. And that comes in wheeled, with skis, or with floats. And then, and each of those has their own sort of set of liveries. And then there's also, of course, the retrofit modern version, which doesn't really have any good liveries. But anyway, I'm sure there'll be some available out there in Modland soon. But I just love flying the original one. It's beautiful. All right, so that was it. I hope you enjoyed that flight. So from Zurich, I will bid you adieu, even though that's French. Close enough. All right. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And see you next time.